Okay, I'm going to start adding a little bit of color in the background. I'm going to use this bronze yellow by Liquitex. It's the Liquitex Basics. It's a favorite color of mine for backgrounds. I'm going to use some carbon black fluid. I'm just using kind of, what I have on hand. You can use craft paint for this. You can use black gesso for the background. I just have various brushes, and I'm just going to come in and start painting around. Kind of outlining me, and then coming in with some white. Again, not really, just kind of, scrubbing and playing. And I want myself to really stand out in this. I need to grab a few sheets of paper here. I just noticed that I am getting all over my journal. I forgot to put my papers back in. Just put some papers here so that as I'm working on it. Okay, and now I'm going to kind of work on me. And this may not look like me when I'm all done, which is okay. I'm just outlining everything right now. I'm going to pull up the picture because I have lost the image a little bit. I just want to make sure I am, you know, drawing the hands as they look so that they look normal. These little fingers in here are kind of tricky. And this is actually not even a finger in here, it's just my thumb. And I'm actually going to give myself a headdress. So that's something else I want to draw on me. Here's my body. I'm gonna draw my hair. Actually gonna have my hair coming down in front. And then I'm going to pull up just I'm going to take that off of there. Just pulling up an image on Google so I can kind of see what it might look like for a woman with a headdress, like face on. All right, what I'm going to do now is we're going to start painting the face a little bit with gesso and Stabilo. And we're just going to do a little scrub painting just to add a little bit to her. So I'm going to wet my brush and wet this Stabilo, just activate it a little bit. And if she doesn't look like me at the end of this, it's okay. We know that she represents me. So I'm just kind of spreading. As it dries, I like to kind of scrub it around. As you may know from some of my other classes. So just kind of bringing it in. I love that you can do that. Where'd my pencil go? Here we are. Okay, and then I'm going to do that here also. Just going to add a little water, and then while that kind of dries a little, I'm going to come down to my hands. So I'm just activating a little bit. And then what I like to do is go back and kind of scrub it around just so it gives it some shading. So you just, you know, keep going back in and adding little bits, and it just kind of will bring your piece to life. So I just had water on my brush, and now I got rid of that water and kind of brushed, like now I'm dry brushing. So I wiped my brush off on a towel. Now I'm just kind of going in and dry brushing. Now I'm going to get just a tad bit of water, damp it just a little bit. So I can come back in and just kind of keep spreading that around. And I'm going to give, I know I have brown hair, but I am going to give myself black hair. I just added a little water to that. And I actually was going to give myself a black dress as well. I can see my eyes are off, but you know, I'm okay with that. I am painting at a table, which I hate doing because I can't see. But for journaling, kind of feel like you have to. So I'm not afraid to go back in and kind of blend around the face. Just kind of bringing that all together. You know, and then wipe your brush from time to time and just kind of creating some shadows there. I did want to I'm going to make that black, and I may go in later, change my mind on that, but for now, I'm going to take some black, and I'm just going to be, I'm being kind of, you know, just not careful. This is a great little brush for scrubbing. And I can, you know, define that more if I want to later with more paint. Just adding a little water down here to spread that around, to bring it to the bottom. And I'm going to come in with a little bit of white gesso. Just to lighten up my face a little bit. Make it not look so green. I do like some of that green in there. So I put a little bit on and then I wipe it with a rag or a towel. But I'm just trying to put like some highlights in where we might see them on the face. So that they may be appear a little bit more realistic. Giving her some values. Going back in and Trying to make those eyes appear a little bit more in sync with each other. And then I'm going to take, I'm afraid to get white in there. Let me see how this goes. Just some white stabilo in the eyes. On the mouth a little bit. And then I'm going to take some gesso and just kind of work in the hands a little, just defining them a little bit more. You know, not too much, because I'm actually going to put something in her hands. So let's see. Now I want to looking at a girl with a headdress, and I want to paint that white. I'm going to add some aqua I'm putting some feathers coming down. And I'm going to add a little aqua in here. Let's see, and then I want to, I'm going to use some Neos. Let's see, and then, all right, so what I want to do is put a little heart in her hands, and I printed one out. It looks like this, so she is giving her heart, and I think I can't decide if I want to try and paint it or if I just want to glue it on. This is from the encyclopedia. Images are free. You don't have to worry about copyright. So that is a good size. I'm going to use that and I have some other images just that I have cut out. So let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and just try and paint something similar to this, like this shape. Maybe I'm just going to glue that on and paint it. Why not, right? So much easier. Okay, so I'm going to get my matte medium. You're going to have to be careful because now you've got Stabilo and Neo, and that can all spread. Okay, so get that on there. And I can go back and work on her hands again later, but right now I want to focus on I'm going to get some Pyrrole Red. And gonna mix some white in there. We can get some different colors in there. And then what I can do is get the image back. Okay, and then look back at this and say, okay, what else, what do I see on here? And I see branches. And then from here, just like this big vein that comes down. And then there's this piece right here.